The list of dubious recipients linked to Vice President Sara Duterte's confidential fund keeps growing. House Deputy Majority Leader Paulo Ortega revealed new names, including a so-called Dodong Gang and individuals named Jay Camote and Miggy Mango. Ortega said at least 5 people named Dodong were listed as OVP budget signatories. Meanwhile, Jay Camote and Miggy Mango raised further suspicion due to their unusual names resembling food items. These add to previously flagged names such as Mary Grace Piatos and Xiaomi Ocho, whose identities still remain unverified. The Philippine Statistics Authority confirmed that many of these names have no official records.
O, di ba? Parami ng parami. Pa-creative ng pa-creative. Nung una, nag-umpisa sa pangalan ng mga chips saka chicheria. O, di ba? Chips na nga, ninakaw pa nila. So, nakakalungkot na ganito, no? Parang talagang sadyang inaabuso yung sistema.
The impeachment trial against Vice President Sara Duterte is set to begin in July after President Bongbong Marcos's 4th State of the Nation address.
And we now bring in House Deputy Majority Leader Paulo Ortega, who first revealed these questionable fund recipients. Representative Ortega, thank you for joining us here on The Big Story.
Thank you, and good evening.
First question, has there been any effort to verify their identities, and what have you found so far? How intense is your effort to verify?
Definitely, we have started this, ma'am, during the hearings. I can say without any hesitation that most of the 1,000 names in the list are probably as fictitious as the Dodong Gang and Jay Camote, Miggy Mango, and the Piatos family as well. So we are very much confident with the results that, again, yung mga resulta po nila is they're indeed, they don't have the documents to back up these names. So it speaks for itself already.
So you didn't, just to confirm, Congressman Paulo, you didn't actually try to look for these people and tumigil na to sa lumabas yung listahan, because some people are saying these are confidential funds and these could be code names and there could be a master list somewhere out there. We know this has gone unresolved.
Yeah, it has gone unresolved kasi most of the time we've been waiting since the hearings for them to prove us wrong, or even the records won't will actually bear them out. Pero at this point, para po talagang nagiging katawanan na nga po tong mga listahan na to. So again, during the budget briefings, during the hearings, this was the main issue that was not even answered or resolved. So again, it just makes the point stronger. But again, this is Article 2 of the impeachment po. So we are quite confident about this.
And what are you doing behind the scenes, Congressman Ortega? Because it would seem every week naglalabas kayo ng a certain short list of quote-unquote funny names. No? Last week it was yung Xiaomi Ocho nga. And then this week itong food, mga mango, kamote. What are you guys doing behind the scenes? Is this all your preps na for impeachment? Tsaka doon ba lumalabas itong mga pangalan?
Well, we are not part of the prosecution, but as part of the Congress, alam naman po natin na the young guns were the ones, most of the time we were the talking heads. Kami po yung nag-a-address ng issues sa media, but a group na nakatutok po dun sa mga problema pong ganito, yung mga naging resulta po ng mga hearings. But again, we won't come out with fictitious names pag hindi po verified. Siyempre, mas maganda po na may due diligence din po sa part na yun.
And I'm curious, Congressman, because when you first unearthed these fictitious names, these dubious names, you also questioned the handwriting, di ba? Doon pa lang sa Mary Grace Piatos, there were some similarities with other fictitious names. Dito po naman kay Jay Camote and Miggy Mango and all those other Dodong names, na-question din po ba yung handwriting? Were there any similarities there as well?
Well, the similar names suspiciously have similar handwriting. And we even questioned the marker or the ink that was used sa mga pen po na ginamit, no. But again, hindi nga po nasagot most of the questions na to. Actually, it was Congressman Romy Acop who made the big reveal about asking who is Mary Grace Piatos. Then parang snowball effect na po. Then as per verification, more names were coming out. And parang yung total list nga na 1,000 plus.
Have
Siguro
any,
po.
Congressman, have any persons perhaps responsible for this list, you cited similar handwriting, come forward? Or have there been attempts to go find who's behind making up these names?
Well, there was one instance, ma'am, I forgot the name of the resource person, that parang sinabi po nila na yung pen po, the pen that they were using was a pen purchased in Japan. So parang there similar ink or the similar, I don't know the technical term, but parang doon po nabibili yung ballpen na yun, parang something like that.
So that's just the lead. You haven't gone down to
As far as the hearings are concerned, parang it was left at that. Then again, this will only make the case stronger for the article with regards to the confidential fund.
Okay, we're just wondering, no, Congressman, kasi it would seem like yes, we are digging up these names. Quite obviously, it's either they're made up, I suppose, or they could be code names, I suppose. Either way, it could work, right? So parang, kumbaga, nagtataka kami, are you working really, really hard to get down to the bottom of this list? How is that investigation going? Bilang wala namang mga follow-up hearings, kumbaga, na nate-televise recently. So we're a bit out of touch and we only get news from your press cons.
Mm-hmm. Well, the names were previously submitted to the national statistics. So, unti-unti po naglalabasan and mahirap naman po, sabi ko nga, mahirap naman po mag-assume na lahat po ito ay fictitious, pero the way it's going, parang papunta na nga po doon. But as far as the hearings are concerned, we are scheduling 2 hearings this week. But we are still waiting for the final notice. One for the Quadcom and one for the Tricom.
Well, Congressman, VP Sara Duterte has maintained that she cannot disclose the identities of these persons, these names, because it could compromise intelligence operations. For you, Congressman, I mean, does that justification hold? Lalo na pag nagsimula na ang impeachment trial after the President's State of the Nation address.
Well, she has been saying that in outside interviews, in informal events, but she has never straightly tackled it, or she has never answered it during the hearing. So the hearings were drama infused. Ang hirap naman po na parang puro emotions po yung pinairal during the hearing. So the answers that we were trying to get were not even answered properly. So, again, meron na po tayong impeachment and ebidensya na po laban sa ebidensya.
I guess the question, sir, is malakas po ba ang ebidensya bukod dito sa mga pangalan na we were not really sure kung code name baka pwedeng code name. So, malakas po bang ebidensyang pinanghahawakan ninyo because the trial, well, the date is fast approaching?
Well, on my end, malakas po talaga kasi iwas na iwas po sila sa mga topics na yan during the hearing. So, paano papakuya sa impeachment court? Again, sila po ang kailangan magpatunay na kung paano po yung takbo ng paper trail niyan, yung intricacy po ng code names, yung intricacy po ng procedure.
Okay.
And
also, on the other side of the coin, if I may, Congressman, well, it was Congress that gave these intelligence funds to the Vice President. Kayo rin pong nagbigay.
Kongreso pong nagbigay, pero yun nga po, yung kung paano po ginamit, doon po yung concern namin. That's why we had the legislative inquiry. At yun nga po, during the hearings, napaglaalaman po natin na hindi po nagagamit ng maayos. At kung sino-sinong pangalan po ang ginamit nila to disperse this fund.
And in connection to Ces's question, no, syempre usap-usapan na rin since those series of hearings na baka nga tanggalan na lang ng confidential funds, no, yung mga civilian agencies. That has been one of the, I guess, more prominent suggestions para matigil na ito once and for all.
The root of the
Correct.
evil.
Are you guys seriously talking about doing that, right?
Definitely, yung concentration now po is nandyan na po sa mga issues natin ngayon. Pero again, if the Congress finds out about irregularities, yung mga mali po na pagka-disburse ng pondos, and I think the Congress will do the right thing. And kahit naman pong anong ahensya, especially during the budget hearing po, no, pag hindi nagagamit ng tama, yung burn rate po hindi na i-utilize ng maayos, then the Congress can slash, the Congress can remove, or even add additional funding.
So for now, you're not talking about doing that ASAP.
Naka-ano po tayo, naka-break po yung Congress. But before, during the hearings, well, sabi ko, kailangan natin it's not just one decision. It's a decision of the entire majority and parts of Congress. So, napag-uusapan na kailangan i-assess talaga yung mga pondo, lalo po sa mga nangyayari na ganito.
Congressman, as Majority Leader, may we get your opinion on the call for President Marcos to rejoin the ICC?
In a previous statement po, during the press con, I really answered that already. I was even, sabi ko nga, we should really consider joining the ICC para, kasi nga po, itong nangyari po sa ngayon, measuring stick po to eh. It's really another...
Do your party mates share the same opinion as you?
I cannot speak for the party, but I can only speak for myself.
What about the sentiment?
But,
I'm sure you're getting a reading of how the others...
well, some congressmen have stated their opinions on this, and actually even Congresswoman Geraldine Roman answered that we should really consider joining already during her press con. But again, it's still a consensus, and siguro po, for me, I would like to consider na dapat bumalik po tayo sa ICC.
And Congressman, I wanted to get your reaction on the resurfacing of former PALA spokesperson Harry Roque in the Netherlands. I mean, he did say he plans to seek political asylum in the Netherlands in light of the warrant that has been issued by him by the House. Anong reaction niyo po doon, Kong?
Well, we all know he's an ally, and yun nga po, he's been very critical of the administration. He's been very critical of Congress. Actually, hindi na nga po siya nagpakita after 2 hearings. Alam naman po natin na meron siyang contempt order sa Congress po. So, I think that's a personal and as well as political move for him to do that. So, diskarte po talaga niya siguro yun.
Final question from me, Congressman. I do catch your press cons, and I was wondering do you believe, na gumagana yung justice system natin dito sa Pilipinas or hindi, in your opinion?
Gumagana po ang justice system natin, pero yun nga po, meron nga pong mga bagay na kailangan po siguro na kailangan aktuhan, na medyo mabagal po yung takbo sa mga ibang parts po nung ating hustisya. And yun nga po, may naghain naman po kasi ng kaso. Someone filed the case and ICC made the move. So again, this is the birth of the 7-year case that was filed against the former president.
All right, that will have to be it for tonight. Thank you so much for joining us, House Deputy Majority Leader Paulo Ortega.